Everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody? This is the finest workout with Next Level J. And your boy been off the scene for a while, and I wanted to get with y'all and kind of address and tell y'all what's been going on. I'm gonna hook me up with a cup of coffee. Then I'm gonna sit down and get to it. I hope everybody doing okay. I missed y'all, man. I miss getting out here and getting it on, getting our exercises on. But, I've been kind of going through some things, and it's kind of set me back a little bit. But I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. All right. Now, y'all know me as sort of a spiritual guy. I always try to give some kind of encouragement. I try to get my exercise on, but I try to, put something positive out, some kind of positive encouragement, to help people. Because, I believe in giving back. I believe now more than ever in our world, we need more people that care. We need more people with empathy, more people with concern, and more people with love. So I try to give that back. But as a human being, sometimes we lose our own way. Sometimes we come up on our own problems, our own issues. We have our own battles. Everybody deal with things differently. Some people, I know history. Give you some history on me. Once upon a time, I could be going through some stuff in my mind and my heart, and people would never know it. They would never know it because I was the type of person that just push stuff to the back. Just don't worry about it. Just pray for them. Just pray about it. And I run around with a smile. Like people would never know that I was hurt about a situation, that I was feeling some kind of way about it. They would never know because I wouldn't talk about it. My mindset is just pray for them. Well, that's what my mindset was. Just pray for them. Don't worry about it. And the problem with that, throughout my life in my younger years, it just kept happening over and over and over and over. And the thing is, when it comes to forgiveness, like when it comes to knowing your worth, like how much can you take? I took a lot. Okay. Yeah, I took a lot. And I'm not upset about it. Like I'm not looking for no sympathy or nothing like that. I'm just a caring person. You know what I'm saying? I care about people's feelings. I care about helping people. All my life. That's just how I've been. That's how I am. But the problem is, for a lot of years, I neglected myself. I put myself on the back burner while considering everybody else's feelings. Well, this past week or so, everything just came down on me. Everything came down on me. I got my kids, My kids are going through some things that's got me upset. I got my girl. She had a surgery around the beginning of March, and she wound up having some side effects behind that surgery that caused her great pain. We went to. It got to the point I had to take her to the emergency room, and I get to the emergency room, and it's really sad that when you go to the emergency room, and they look at you like you are some kind of drug addict or something that's trying to come in and get pain medicine. Well, I say that to say this. When we went in there, she told the doctor about her symptoms and what was going on and the pain that she was dealing with. And immediately, without x-rays, without blood work, without anything, he looked at her and diagnosed her with some bullcrap. So she said, and it's one thing I like about her. She's the type, she's not going to just let doctors just say any old thing and she just go along with it. If she have concerns about something, she going to ask questions. And sometimes she be asking a lot of questions. And I know she be getting on them doctors' nerves. But hey, this is our body. We have a right to know, what's going on. Like if we're not sure about something that you're telling us, we have a right. We have a right to address it. Well, like I said, he diagnosed her before even doing anything. So anyway, from her being persistent, he managed to give her a CAT scan or something, and sent her home with some pain medicine. A couple of days later, we didn't even pick up the pain medicine from the pharmacy. Actually, she had a prescription, and we didn't even get to the pharmacy to pick it up. Because my girl, she don't care for pain medicine like that. And I don't either. But the pain that she was in, like we had a leave at the house or whatever, and Tylenol, it wasn't working. But the situation got worse. 2 days later, the pain went from around her waist to her leg. She couldn't walk. She could not walk. So I said, I'm taking you to the emergency room. We're going somewhere else. I'm not taking you back over there. So we went into that emergency room, and of course he looked at the records from before. And I noticed something about doctors. Doctors, not all, let me just say that, not all doctors and not all police officers, but doctors will cover for each other. They will not throw each other under the bus. If they see that a previous doctor has made a mistake or something, they won't say a word. They won't say nothing. They won't say nothing. All I know is the first doctor, this is what I forgot, the first doctor gave her information on another doctor to see besides the one that she went to and had that surgery. That says a lot. All right, so the second doctor, back to the second doctor. We go in there, and he's the one, I got it confused. He's the one that diagnosed her by just looking at her. And the thing is, the nurse that came in first, when she explained what was going on, I had to carry her to the car. I had to get a wheelchair and wheel her in. I'm telling you, she could not walk, and she was in so much pain. She couldn't even sleep. She cried all through the night. I felt so bad that I was so tired and I couldn't stay up with her. I felt really bad. Like she was really, really suffering. All right, so when she told the nurse about the symptoms that she was having, the nurse said that she had that same surgery and she had the same experience. And she didn't stop having that pain until she got that surgery reversed. When she got that surgery reversed, then that's when she stopped having that pain. This is what the nurse said, but the nurse whispered it. She whispered it. So the doctor, he comes in, and before he asked her about her symptoms or anything, he came straight in the room and diagnosed her with some bullcrap. So she said, well, I've never had that a day in my life. So, like, why now? And he was like, well, that's what it seemed like it's going to be. So that's what she said. Well, are you going to give some x-rays or, get a better idea of what's going on or whatever like that? And so he said he didn't see no need for nothing like that. So he left out. And I believe he had a conversation with that nurse. Because next I know, they were sending somebody in there to give her a sonogram and I think like a vaginal sonogram or something like that. This is not what he was planning to do. I believe that nurse said something about it, and that's what persuaded him to do that, because he was clear cut. He even went as far as to give us a referral over to see a doctor. What's some doctors called? I forgot what the name of them doctors is, but so anyway, we actually went to go see that doctor yesterday, and he kind of explained what could have caused the pain that she had, the surgery that she had, depending on the positioning that they had her in, that could cause that type of pain. And the research that we saw ourselves when we was looking at the side effects, because we're trying to figure out what's going on. So many females had said that they had that surgery and they experienced that exact situation, the exact same situation. But the doctor was refusing to even believe anything or even to admit to anything or to even hear it. So dang, I keep thinking chiropractor, but he ain't a chiropractor. Anyway, so he wound up giving her a shot, and he's got her set up for therapy or whatever. But it was that situation. It was a situation with my kids. It was a situation with my YouTube channel. Situation with my mom. Situation with my sister and my family, my stepsister and my family on that side. Everything just came down on me, and I just shut down. I shut down. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do no exercises. I didn't do no Bible study. I didn't do no praying. I didn't do nothing. I shut down, and what I did essentially was I started taking it in my own hands. Instead of praying and giving it to God, I started taking it on myself, and it became heavy. And I found myself on the verge of having a breakdown. I hadn't talked to my sister throughout the whole process. She had been calling me, and I still have to talk to her. I talked to her a little bit yesterday, but Then on top of it, we on our way back from the doctor's office. I get a call over here at my rental office telling me that we are $1,700 behind in rent. It's like, where the hell you get that from? We ain't no behind in no rent like that. What's wrong with you? She's like, our records indicate. Now, this is new management over there. I heard they fired the other woman, and she's new management, and she's something else. I would just leave it like that. So we came straight here, and she started pulling up on the computer, missed months of rent, and see, that's what I love about my girl. Now, me, I would have been screwed because I keep stuff all over the place. I can't find nothing. But my girl, when it come down to that, receipts and making sure stuff like that, oh no, you're not gonna pull that on her. So she went to her spot and she got them receipts, and from when we got money orders, she went to her account and she pulled the receipts for where she wrote checks, and the woman was like, well, I'll be back here in a couple of days, y'all can bring the stuff back then. She was like, ain't gonna be no damn couple of days. I got the information, we going over there now. So I'm like, I'm trying to keep her calm because I don't want her to go setting it off, because she ain't the one. Even though she's still limping, she still ain't the one. So we went over there. We went over there, and we took all of the information, and the woman was like, well, I'm just going to forward this to corporate. But she said some slick stuff. Well, first she said, y'all ain't when y'all give money orders, do y'all fill out the money orders complete? Now, she already has sent. The only thing that we got from her is something talking about they're no longer accepting blank money orders. And I remember saying, who would give somebody a blank money order? Like, that's what? But she said they're no longer accepting blank money orders or checks. Your money orders or whatever have to be filled out. That's the only thing we got from her. But we find out she tells us that our rent has went up $60. And we both said, well, we didn't get nothing from y'all, saying anything about that. She's like, I sent it out. I went and pulled up my emails. I said, the only email I got from you since you've been here was about this money order situation, about not, making sure that the money orders is filled out. That's the only thing I got from you. I haven't got nothing about no rent increase. Now, I ain't really surprised about the rent increase because they've been going up every year, and they've been ridiculous going up every year for the past 3 years. So I really wasn't surprised about that. But you're not going to sit here and say that you told me when you didn't. Now, I ain't trying to have that. So we got a money order for the difference because we had paid the rent. We got a money order for the difference. Now, I ain't trying to hear. Now, they got me one time. I was $2 off from the amount that I owe on the rent. In my mind, it was one number and it wound up being another number. It was $2. They charged me $24 fee for $2. And I let her know this time that ain't happening. You didn't tell us nothing about it. When y'all tell us about increases, we pay the increase. I'm not paying no fee on it. You can get that $60 and that's going to be that. But anyway, all of this stuff was on top. everything else that I was trying to deal with, trying to get a grip of. Yeah, all of this was added stress. But I was trying to keep my cool about it because I ain't want my girl to be getting upset and she hobbling around on 1.5 legs. So, and the woman was real smart. She's real smart. Even the girl that went in there before us, when she came out, she said, "I'm moving away from this place." She said, "I can't deal with this," and she don't know how to talk to people neither. And we was like, we remember the conversation we had with her, and I can agree. I can agree. Problem is, I'm gonna be praying for that woman because, listen, sometimes when you in a certain neighborhood around a certain group of people, and it's for anybody, black or white, but especially white, it's you need to kind of keep your cool. I haven't seen nothing like that. I'm from Baltimore, and I know how they do things in Baltimore. But I have seen people get their family members and come over here and set it off. Not with the rental office, but with different people. So I think she need to kind of watch it on that attitude side a little bit if she want to have a successful run over here. Now, I ain't wishing nothing on a woman. Like I said, I pray for the woman. I don't wish no bad on nobody. But, it's a time and a place for everything. And that trying to be hard, I get you not trying to be a pushover. You want to go by the rules. You got to be firm and going by the rules. But all that extra running your mouth and smart stuff, it don't rub everybody the right way sometimes. So I'm just going to keep her in prayer. But let me look. Yeah. What's up, everybody? What's that? I'm gonna say L4 and uh, what's that? Datalore or something. Sorry, I messed up your name, but look. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming in. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of tell y'all what's going on. I haven't really. Let me come over here and sit down. I haven't really been on top. I think the last video I did was I went over there and I got my information on the gym. I got my information on the gym. I got my membership, and I was supposed to go back to kind of feel out to see what's the best time for me to come in there where I can get some footage without interrupting or offending or affecting anybody else while they're trying to get their workout on or whatever. I haven't done nothing. I got boxes right here to put up. I may put a video together tonight and get my workout on tonight. Like I said, I'm still coming down. I'm coming down from just being like I was in a state of sadness and I guess despair with everything going on. When you spend your whole life being a problem solver for everybody, being a fixer, and it comes to a point where you want to be able to help people, but you can't. It kind of affect you a little bit, but I did learn this. I do know this much. Our trials and tribulations are they're going to happen. We're going to have them, right? No matter how much money you have, no matter what your status, you're going to go through something, right? And sometimes it's not meant for people to be a cushion for you. It's meant for you to go through that situation to build your character and to build your strength. And this is something that I had a hard time with because I want to be, uh, the answer. I guess, especially with my kids, I want to be the hero. I want to be the one to help them and save them, even if it is situations where they've gotten themselves, you know. But sometimes, like I said, it's not your battle. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me tell you about it. You asking about my eyes and my vision. I actually need to put my other eye drop in. But listen, my vision from the beginning. I was born and my eyes didn't develop all the way. Um, the doctors told my mom that I would be blind, that I would never be able to see. My mom was a strong believer in God, and she begged to differ. Well, I'm 53 years old now, and I'm still able to see. But my vision has. Hold up. That's right. I do got therapy today. Okay, I got time. Yeah. The last couple of years, my vision got worse, and it got worse because I got cataracts on my eyes real bad, and it got to the point where I really was fearful of becoming blind. And the reason is because I went to so many different doctors and they didn't want to touch it. They didn't want to touch it. They didn't want to do everybody else can get the laser and get the cataracts removed. But because my eyes are undeveloped all the way around, a lot of the doctors were afraid that if they go messing around with it, then it's going to cause blindness. So they wouldn't touch it. So I went for some months until I found this one doctor that was willing to do it. So she got me in, and she did measurements and all kind of stuff beforehand. She got another doctor involved that's in another field in case I had to have some stitching done or whatever. He's a professional in that, and she went on and did it. She did the surgery. It was a success. Only problem, she did the right eye first. The only problem I had was I had a little bit of double vision up in the left corner, and I only saw it when at night. Like if I'm out at night, the headlights coming towards me, I could see their headlights, and then I could see it again up in the left hand corner. But my vision was a lot clearer. So then about 2 weeks later, she did the left eye. The left eye did a whole lot better, but the left eye is not the worst eye. The right eye was the worst eye from the beginning. So I still deal with vision problems. It's not 100%. And I'm not offended that you asked that question. I get asked the question all the time. I do notice like my eyes, they take a lot to adjust, and I find myself blinking a lot because I look at some of my videos like, why I keep blinking like that? That's something that I was not doing before. I don't know. And I think it's because my eyes is trying to lock in on a target or something. I don't know. I can't explain it, but I do notice that I do a lot more blinking than what I used to. Uh, you know, they did give me some stuff to keep my eyes lubricated. They told me to take this at least 3 or 4 times a day. So maybe that'll help. I haven't been taking it. Maybe that'll help me with the blinking. Maybe they dry a little bit. So, that's that. Like, I'm not offended, by that. Like, I answer questions. Like, I've always had, you know, vision problems. In fact, growing up, I had a whole lot of teasing about my eyes. So, you know, I'm not, I don't let things bother me like that. But I wasn't offended by your question. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. God bless you too. And yes, Jesus Christ is our Lord God. What's that? Varner. Sorry if I said your name wrong. I appreciate that. Let me see. I hope. Yes. God bless me. It's a miracle. Not blind. Yep. You surrounding. It could also be bright light. Yeah, it could be. It could be the light that affects it. It could be. But I'm very happy. I'm very grateful. Because I've had a long run, and like I said, that doctor told my mom from birth that I was not going to be able to see. And I'm gonna tell you, in my life, I have accomplished a lot. I've gotten my driver's license. I've gotten close to getting my CDLs, but I wasn't able to get it because of the field. I couldn't pass the field. All the health, I knew at the time. I don't remember half of it now, but it was just the field and driving. When you talk about driving trucks, uh, uh, 18 wheelers and even trash trucks, because I was trying to get CDL with the trash company. You have to have distance because those trucks take a lot more time to stop. So I wasn't able to do that, but that's not to say I wasn't able to drive. I did do some driving with those trucks, but I just didn't have no license. But that was that. I'm just happy for the experiences that I've had that God allowed me to have. Because once upon a time, I didn't even think I was going to be able to get a driver's license. Because I'm gonna tell you, when I was growing up and I was around that time, that age of trying to get my driver's license, I had to have a form signed by my doctor. And my vision was a lot better back then in my younger years, 15, 16. The doctors were so fascinated with my eyes and the fact that I can see that they was calling in another doctor and wanting all these doctors to come see, and all I can hear is wow, wow, wow. And I was like, man, will y'all sign my form so I can get my license, please? And it just got to the point where they just got on my nerves so bad. I mean, I went for months and months waiting for them to sign my license and meeting so many different doctors. Like, they felt like I was a miracle. They said it was something that they never seen before, and it just got to the point where I said, forget it. I said, forget it. I stopped going, but I was driving with no license, and that was wrong. But I was doing that. But it took it took me, well, when I moved down south, um, I didn't realize how how much easier it was for the driver's test part. Like I already knew the written part. I've been knowing that since I was like 12, right? I know the rules of the road and the signs and all. I know all that stuff, right? And I knew how to drive. I actually taught my mom how to drive. But it was just my problem was just getting the doctor to fill out the form. So when I moved here, I would still continue to drive with no license. And I found out the hard way. They had road checks set up here. I had the fellas, we was going to the basketball court on a Sunday, and they had a road check set up at the top of the hill before the basketball court. So they caught me driving with no license. They gave me a ticket. Luckily, one of the fellas had driver's license, so they allowed him to go on and drive or whatever like that. So I started thinking, man, I got to try to figure out a way to get my license. But it didn't stop me. The next Sunday, I said, ain't no way they going to be up here two Sundays. I was shocked that they was even out there on a Sunday. Sure enough, I got up there to the top of the hill. They wasn't there. I was like, shoo. I turned the corner. They was sitting in there with a road check. 2 Sundays in a row, they got me. I said, nah, I got to do something. So I went down to the DMV. I got the form. I had an eye doctor. I just took it to him, and he approved for me for the license. He put all of these restrictions on it. Couldn't drive at night. Couldn't drive over 45. Like, I was like, any license is better than no license. So, sure enough, I took the paper to the DMV. I got my license like that. I was like, the test was so easy. I was like, what? I'm talking about the driving test. See, in Maryland, the driver's test, you know, you have parallel parking, you have so many different things that you have to do in order to pass the driver's test, which I could do. It's just I never made it to that point because I couldn't get my form signed. But here, this guy had me we had the car already parked into a pull-up parking space at the DMV. So he had me to take the car out, go down to the stop sign, make a right, go down the road about a mile, make a left, go about a block, make a right, do a 3-point turn, come back to the stop sign, and go back to the DMV. So when we got back to the DMV, I'm still sitting in the car. I'm thinking it's, you know, something else he want that I need to do. So he looked back, he see that I wasn't behind him. He said, come on, you passed. I said, what? You mean to tell me this is all I had to do? I was so happy that I got my driver's license. Like, I mean, the driving part, like, I didn't have no problem with that. I didn't have no problem with it. It's just getting the doctors to fill out the form, man. Like, I felt like an experiment or something. Like, they were so amazed. They were so amazed, you know, that I'm even able to see in the state that I'm in right now, you know. But like I said, you know, it's been good. It's been good. And I'm 53 years old. And just the other day, I wasn't able to do this before this surgery. I just drove altogether, I drove almost 4 hours to Fayetteville and back home. And I did pretty good. Now, before that surgery, I wouldn't drive no further than around the corner to that market because my vision was getting that bad. It was getting so cloudy. I compared it to driving in the fog with high beams. If you ever, anybody that drive and you ever drove in the fog, you cannot turn your high beams up, because if you turn your high beams up, that makes the fog even more intense. That's how my vision was. So I thank God that, it's better. It's better. I know I got off subject, but you know, but then again, it's good because I don't I shouldn't feel bad when things aren't going so well because I've been so blessed. I've been so blessed. You know, I've had so many good things that happened for me in my life. I remember at one time I thought I wasn't never gonna be able to have kids. I don't know why I convinced myself that I wouldn't, but I did. I did. I did. I had 3 kids, you know. So I don't know. Just whatever you're going through, just remember it's only temporarily. And my recommendation is uh, if it's too hard for you to handle, give it to God. Give it to God. And the reason why I went through this downfall these past 2 weeks is because I was trying to take it all on my own and not giving it over to God and letting God deal with it. Um, we can't do everything. We want for our family to be good. We want for our friends and our life itself to be good. Sometimes you got to kind of go through some mazes a little bit and it don't seem fun. It sucks. But just know, I think that's my girl coming in. Let me open this door. Yeah, that's her. She's limping. She's a helper too. She's running around taking care of her father, and she barely can walk. I was just talking about you. Come on. You on the phone? Yeah, I'm on live. Say hey to the people. How your leg? Good. I know it is. You got to rest. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to just kind of touch base with y'all, let y'all know what's been going on, and I had a few people to reach out, wondering where I'm at, because I'm usually more consistent about going on here and getting my exercise on, and I've encouraged other people to do the same thing. No matter what age you are, like you can get out here and do something, even if it's no more than walking or anything can help versus just sitting around. And I regressed back, because I let these situations and circumstances get the best of me. So I even went to the doctors the other day. I had a regular doctor's appointment and I was disappointed because the weight that I lost, I put the weight back on. So that I was thinking about that too. Like, dang, now I done let this stuff get to me. Now I done gained the weight back, everything that I had lost in this journey. But it's okay. The song say we fall down, but we get up, right? So when you fail, when you fall down, you just turn it around by putting your head up, sticking your chest out, and saying I can do it, and start over again. Start over again. As long as every day that God wakes us up is a new opportunity to do better. To improve yourself, to win. Like you may feel like you're in your losing season right now. You may feel like you're in a drought or whatever, but you're just one miracle away. One miracle away. That's all it takes. One miracle can set your whole life on track and beyond. You just got to keep your faith while you're going through the trials and tribulations that you go through. And the Bible speaks of it. The Bible said that we would have trials and tribulations, but it also said that God will carry us through it. So y'all just keep that in mind. I got a I got inspections. We got inspections around here, so I've been cleaning up this morning. Uh, I got these boxes to put up. Y'all usually be with me doing my exercise, and I put these boxes up. But I don't think I'm gonna wait till the night. I think I'm gonna go in and get it on out of here and put it up. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna promise. I'm gonna try to put together a workout video tonight and try to get back on track between today and tomorrow. Try to get back on track and start getting that rhythm back again. But I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all coming in and joining in and participating and all the well wishes and God bless. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But I'm gonna get on up out of here. I see y'all on the next one. I gotta call my mom back. I knew she was gonna call when I get on live. She do it every time. But I'll see y'all on the next one, maybe tonight or tomorrow. Hopefully tonight. But I'll see. Either way, I'll post it up and let y'all know what's going down. But thanks for joining me. Thanks for participating. Thanks for all your comments and well wishes. I see y'all on the next one. As I always say, love, peace, and blessings to all of y'all. And I see y'all later. All right. Peace out. God bless you.